The opportunity came for me to purchase this company. I told my wife, I said, we need to buy this company. I've been here 15 years. There's no one else that can run the company like I can. I know the company, I know the customers. We should buy it.
It was on a Monday when the president of the bank, Sterling Bank, walked into my office after talking to my boss, and he said, Miguel, you have 5 days to shut down the company. And I said, wait a second, it can't be that.
Hi there, I'm Larry McCormick.
And I'm Michele Ruiz, and welcome to Making It. When going into business for yourself, there are two major ways of doing it. You can build from the ground up, or buy an existing business. The latter offers more latitude because most existing companies are package deals, complete with a customer base, suppliers, and equipment. Recessionary times have forced the selling prices for small businesses down by as much as 40%. Many economists urge entrepreneurs to pounce on the bargain basement deals now before the markdowns disappear.
But you know, Michele, before you start cruising the classifieds, remember that finding the ideal company is only the beginning. Financing your new acquisition is another obstacle. However, once you pin down the right business and the bucks to go with it, it's time to take stock of your own strengths and weaknesses. Now, a different set of skills is needed to make the transformation from employee to employer. Well, today on Making It, we'll meet people who have realized their dreams of buying a business, then also tell us what happened once the reality of the task finally set in. Today's studio guest, Frank Kilpatrick, will show us how to confront and cope with the risks involved.
When it comes to searching for a company to buy, some people don't have to look very far. They simply acquire it from their former employers. That was the case for both entrepreneurs featured on today's show. The first is Wayne Skaggs. The former military man once traveled to Iran to teach soldiers how to maintain their helicopters. Upon his return to the United States, Wayne went to work for Alston Tascom. At that time, the message service phone company had more than 350 workers and generated $15 million in annual sales. By working his way up to general manager, Wayne learned almost every job in the company. In the mid-1980s, recession hit Alston Tascom. Its product line shrank and hundreds of employees were fired. Finally, Wayne decided to take control by purchasing Alston Tascom from its parent company. It was no simple feat because Wayne did not have the money. But he pushed the deal through and even rehired two former employees, including his wife. Wayne recently spoke with Making It correspondent Dale Harimoto.
Our company builds and services and provide add-on equipment to the answering service industry, the telemarketing industry. That industry is the industry that provides messaging to business people, doctors. When you're unable to answer your telephone, our equipment allows people to answer that telephone port, type a message into the system, and dispatch that message however it needs to be dispatched, whether that be a pager or fax message, or you can even call in and pick the message up over the phone.
How did the opportunity to buy the business come about?
The company had had its ride and it was on the decline. The parent company that owned it at the time had a different view of business, and we really did not fit in the mode of business that they wanted to be in. And they were very busy, and they had made an acquisition of a very large company. In fact, the company that they had purchased made more in a half of a day than I can make all year long. So when the person I report to called in and we were discussing my major problems, his minor problems, I informed, I said, why don't you get rid of this headache for you and let me buy the company? And he said, that sounds like a good idea, and I'll get back with you. And that was the start of it. The biggest step was to making the decision, yes, this is the company I want to buy, because for years I had planned to always own my own business. And I didn't know what business or when or where, but I was going to own my own business, and I prepared myself so that when the opportunity would come around that I'd be able to take advantage of it. So when the opportunity came for me to purchase this company, I told my wife, I said, we need to buy this company. I've been here 15 years. There's no one else that can run the company like I can. I know the company, I know the customers. we should buy it.
How did you finance the purchase?
I looked at my credit cards. And I know a banker may not have suggested this, but I looked at my credit cards, and I was able to come up with enough money on advances on credit cards to make the down payment. And my wife looked at that and said, no, that's too much interest. You just shouldn't do it that way. So she came up with some money. We went into our savings and cut the credit card debt about in half to make the purchase of the company.
In 1979, Wayne was hired by Alston as a field service engineer to work in Malaysia. He grew with the company, learning all the different aspects of the business. 12 years later, he was general manager, but nothing could truly prepare him for the day when he became owner.
It took me a week of sleepless nights, 3 T-shirts a night. I'd sweat through 3 T-shirts a night, worrying about the roof is going to fall in, the world is going to end, all my customers are going to abandon me, everybody's going to want their money tomorrow. Where am I going to get money to pay the employees? The employees are going to leave me. Everything that you could imagine in the world was going to happen tomorrow. We started making improvements with the product. So the worry is not gone. The worry is definitely not gone, but it's much more manageable.
Tell me about the mental part of the transition from employee to business owner.
Being an employee, there were worries that I just didn't even realize existed. I could do my job, and I felt that I could do any job in the plant. So if someone called off sick, there was no problem. I could do that job. So when I became the owner, things that I didn't realize happened. Someone knocked on the door, where's your workers' comp? Where's your business insurance? Where's this? Where's that? How are you going to do this here? Where's your suppliers? Where's your parts? And the customer will call in, well, we're glad you took over. We're happy. We're congratulating you. Now, send me the parts that I needed.
It's been less than 6 months since you bought this company, and since it's still so fresh in your mind, what advice would you give to other people who are contemplating buying a business?
The first thing is make sure that the business you buy is something that you like to do, something that you have passion to do, something that you want to do, that you don't mind spending 10, 12 hours a day and longer sometimes. Make sure that you understand that business and that you understand your customer base and that you can provide to the customer base what they want. So understand your customers, have the desire and the drive to do the business, and say that you can do it. Have the confidence in yourself to say, I can do it as well as anyone else or better.
You've led a very interesting life, traveling as a technician in Asia and in the military, servicing aircraft in the Middle East. What excites you about your current adventure, entrepreneurship?
All of the other exciting things, and they were exciting things, were done under the guidance or the direction or someone else's goals and desires. Buying this business now allows me to fulfill my own dreams and desires, to own a business, to become successful, to provide employment, to do all of the things that you see other successful people doing.
You notice how often people say when they're involved in something that one of the things you have to have is a passion for what you're doing. You have to like to do it.
Yes, that's right. That's right. I was very interested in his comment about sleeping through 3 T-shirts. I guess when he finally got down to 1, he knew it was the right thing to do.
That was funny.
Well, it took Wayne 16 years to prepare for his dream, though he decided to buy the company in a matter of days. He says it never would have been possible without the help of many, including the former owner and his staff.